Alright guys, I got my blade here. I got my pieces of micarta that I've already pre-cut to the right length, and I'm just going to glue those up. I'm going to be using a 2-part epoxy glue, and here in Indiana, in America at least, it's winter time here, and one of the things that I've found that if this stuff is cold, it does not want to come out of these tubes easily, it does not mix as easily, it becomes more gooey, it's not as liquid as it normally usually is. So I have a heater, I don't know if I can turn this around and show you guys my heater, there it is. I have a heater here in the shop that I use to kind of heat up here a little bit, just so basically it doesn't freeze inside here. So I take my glue, I set it in front of my heater for a few minutes, that way it just gets a little bit warm. I don't want it to get hot, I just want it to get warm. And then that way it makes the gluing process a lot easier. So, a little trick for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Alright, I got my 5-minute epoxy. It's been sitting in the heat for a little while. It's nice and liquidy now. You can see as I turn it, it starts to move inside there, and that's good. I got my air bubbles on the top. That's real important when I'm getting ready to squirt some out. That way I have even flow between both sides. I got my blade, my micarta piece. I'm going to do one handle side at a time because the way I'm going to line them up, I want them to be even, and I'm not using pins to do that with, so I'm going to have to do it with my eyeballs, and doing one at a time will be easier. This is the very first time I'm going to put a handle on this knife, so my process might get better, it might get easier, I might find a better way of doing it on down the line. I got my clamps ready to get clamped on, and so I'm going to start mixing it, and then I have a pretty short time of doing this, so let's just go ahead and begin. I have a line marked on my blade where I want the handle material to go. I'm also lining up the back of the handle. Then once I get that to where I want it, not sure about these clamps. This is the first time I've actually used these. This is what I normally use. I like these spring clamps. Sorry, I didn't know that was out of picture here. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's about what I'm looking for here. Got it clamped pretty evenly throughout. I got it overlapping all around on the blade. You see the handle material is covering the blade pretty well. I got it around my line where I want it, and I should have wrapped the blade with some tape, because I just realized I'm handling a very sharp blade. Normally I don't sharpen the blade up until I'm done gluing it, and There you see some fingerprints on there. I'm sure that's from the glue. I'm going to be kicking myself a little bit later, but hopefully some mineral spirits will take that off. So yeah, I wish I would have covered the blade up. I'm definitely going to do that on the other side of the handle, because I'm sure we've all heard horror stories of people cutting themselves while they are messing with a blade. I know one Australian guy who cut himself very bad. So anyway, just kind of stalling here. There's one half, and then when that dries, I'll glue on the other half. But I'm gonna let that sit probably till later on today. It's only 12 o'clock, so I know they say let it sit for 24 hours, but I'm not gonna be sanding on it today, so I'll just go ahead and let that dry a couple hours. I'll put the other scale on the other side, glue it on, and then I'll let that sit for 24 hours before I mess with anything. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to grind down some more blades. Alright, here's my second attempt at putting a grind on it, and that's a lot better. That's more what I'm looking for as far as how the height of the grind. It's pretty even on both sides. I don't know if you're going to be able to see scratches that are in this blade, but I had tiny scratches. I mean, they're not really tiny. They're in there. They're pretty good scratches. It was a pretty good, not a mirror polish, but it was free of scratches before I put it on before I ground this edge. And I'm curious as if my grinding jig is putting scratches on my blades. And I really wish I had a camera that was good enough to show you these scratches. It's kind of upsetting. I'm not sure how well you can see that right in there, and I'm not sure if my jig itself, I don't know if it's maybe my holes here. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel anything on my jig, so I don't know what that's all about. But I wasn't planning on resanding the surface after I put my edge on, and now I'm gonna have to. There's some scratches right here on the edge there. There's scratches right here. I can see them really good. I don't believe the camera's picking up that well, but on this side it's scratched really bad. On this side right here, I don't know, it's kind of upsetting when you run into something like that you don't anticipate on dealing with. Either way, I'm really happy with the edge on this one. There's a little bit of cardboard, cuts to it just fine. So pretty happy with the sharpness of that and the way that came out. Probably do another final strop on it just to get it a little bit sharper and just make sure the edge is nice on it, but it's pretty good. I'm happy with it, and I'll go ahead and do the same as the other knife that I have, and I'll put some handles on that one, obviously after I sand out these scratches, because it doesn't look very good at all right now. So that's where I'm at, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll definitely do another video when I get the handles on and get them sanded out, so you'll be able to tell exactly what the Ironclad is going to look like when it's done. And then I'll do some more cutting tests. I don't know, I'm gonna have some fun with that. I might even destroy a knife. I'm looking forward to really seeing what the heat treat capabilities are, what the geometry of the knife is willing to be able to do before it gets too stressful and bends or breaks or whatever. I've seen a lot of the destruction tests on YouTube that were pretty impressive, and other ones that were just cutting paper and stuff, and I want to really put it through. So I'm looking forward to seeing one of these destroyed here in the near future. And so again, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, any suggestions or advice is well taken, and I appreciate all the guys that helped me out to get this far. Thanks, guys.